He wanted me to graduate from high school and continue on to college so that I could be financially stable and not have to worry about money for all of my life. To be able to provide for my kids, being able to send them to college, he taught me to be honest, respectful, and to have integrity. My freshman year in high school, I participated in football and basketball. I had honors and participated. I knew what I wanted to do with my life and where I wanted to go. I thought that I would never go the wrong way in life. There was no reason to. Halfway through my sophomore year, I found alcohol. I began to think partying was the way to go. That brought on a lot of misfortunes and trouble. Even though there were warning signs, I kept on going. Drinking every weekend, not paying any attention to my education. Then my father died in October of my sophomore year. I went downhill fast, losing all interest in basketball, football, and my education. Getting arrested and going to jail, I got ticket after ticket. I lost that sense of where I wanted to go in life. The alcohol started not to be enough anymore. Taking over everything in my life, partying was my top priority. Eventually, I started to experiment with prescription drugs along with marijuana, which got me better fast. This went on for about 2 years. My school situation got worse and worse. I remember going to school the day my father died and leaving without telling any of the staff at the school, which started a regular occurring behavior with me. Every day I went to school, I would end up leaving before I was supposed to. My grades were a result of that. Not to mention, most of the time that I was at school, I was messed up on a prescription drug. After a while, the school wanted me to get help before continuing my education there, so they disenrolled me. It got even worse after that. That's how I ended up at the Adult Education Center. The high school recommended I go there to catch on some classes so I could again attend Foxcroft Academy. But that was not what I had in mind. I went along with it for a couple weeks, eventually not going at all. For a long time, I did nothing but sit around and smoke marijuana. That was my life. A life like that does not do any good for a person's self-esteem or self-confidence. A life like that, why live when there's nothing to live for? That's the way I thought. So I decided that I would try and overdose on purpose. In other words, I tried to commit suicide. Luckily, I was not successful. My family got me to the hospital. Following the hospital, I was checked into Acadia Hospital for 7 days. Entering Acadia, my mindset was not on getting better. It was to make it only look like I wanted to get better. Acadia did help me get off prescription drugs, but I continued to smoke pot and drink. The marijuana use did not seem to get better until I found a program called Job Corps, which required a drug test upon entry. So that took care of my marijuana use, but I could still drink as I wanted to, which became a huge problem. Enrolling in Job Corps was not possible due to the state, which ended up working in my favor. I myself believe everything happens for a reason. My drinking progressed to the point that I remained intoxicated for several days. After my last 3 days, there something clicked. I realized that dwelling on things that have happened in the past is time wasted. After all, yesterday is but a dream, tomorrow is only a vision. But a day well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. I was missing out on life, and I hated that. It brought a feeling of loneliness and depression. I hated being stagnant, not becoming who I wanted to be, or growing as an individual. I knew that something had to change. I turned to my mother for help. She put me on the road to recovery through the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. It's a marvelous set of guidelines on how to live life the right way. It taught me how to forgive myself for things that I've done in the past. It taught me that the world doesn't revolve around them. It also taught me that there's a whole new way of living that is 10 times better than the way I was living before. After going to AA for a couple months, my mind cleared up. I realized how many doors I could open through regaining my education. While doing all these crazy things, I never stopped to think what I was doing to my much they worried about me, or how I wasn't a good brother, son, grandson, or friend. I realize now how selfish I was. And I can now say that I'm proud of what I did today. Great brother, son, grandson, and friend. I'm also proud to know that my father is very proud of me today. I know that you can see how much I've changed for the better. When I first came into adult education, I only came to make it look like I was trying to get my life together. That was only me acting in character. If I might ever seem to appear, I was trying to get it together, I was not. As I pretended to do, as everybody wanted me to do, I was going nowhere. I kept on hanging out in the wrong places at the wrong times of people. Doing nothing to better myself, I felt worse and worse. My self-esteem was very low. I had little to no self-confidence. That eventually drove me to decide to go back to the Adult Education Center to attain my GED. Because once again I knew what I wanted in life, and accomplishing this was vital for success. I decided to take the GED course, which took about a month of studying and testing. I received my GED in September of 2009. The feeling when I received my GED was amazing. I was moving forward, achieving success. Until that day, I never would have known or even considered that a year from then I would be starting college. I decided to apply to a few colleges. I ended up getting accepted to Eastern Maine Community College beginning in the fall. I will be a college student. The future began to look brighter and brighter once I changed me and the way I acted and talked. The teachers at the Adult Education Center helped me so much to get to where I am today. They helped me realize how important my education was. They believed in me, believed that I was in fact turning it all around. Without being able to constantly see the capital, they would never be able to stay focused. Being blind to that silver lining would paralyze our persistence. So it is absolutely crucial that our minds maintain a positive outlook on life and never give in to the destruction of defeat. I've had a lot of low points in the past, but I know what is important is that I bounce back and better than ever. Congratulations to everybody here that has made it. It's a great feeling, isn't it? Thank you to the Adult Education staff for putting this awesome event together that I will remember for the rest of my life. I would also like to thank everybody who has helped me along the way. My family has helped me tremendously along the way. To my mother for putting me on the right road and helping me stay on the path of success. My grandparents for helping me along the way and being there for me. To my pop for pushing me to get my GED. That special person that has always been there for me no matter what, in any situation. Thank you so much. And I am far from disappointed. It puts a smile on my face every time I think about it. There are so many reasons that is possible today, and I wouldn't change any of it for the world. My advice to you is to never give up. Always look for the positive side of things, and base your attitude on those things. I'm sure you will see how that will help you along the journey. Also, utilize the people around you that can help you achieve your goals in life. Trust me, there are plenty of people out there that will do it. Here's something that a man once told me that helped me a lot in my journey this far. Thoughts become words, words turn into action, and actions turn into character. What I had to do was change my thinking to make a better life for myself. To become happy and optimistic, I had to think carefully, look at the positive things around me rather than the negative. That one phrase helped me immensely throughout my journey to become a better person. Again, congratulations to all the GED recipients. You have achieved success. Thanks everybody for listening.